You're a mum, you're a mum, you're a busy mum. Come listen to the Busy Mum podcast. Life hacks and inspiration for the busy modern mum.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Busy Mum podcast. Just before we get into this interview, I will be releasing new episodes each Monday morning, just like clockwork. Also, if you don't want to miss an episode, subscribe to my iTunes channel, The Busy Mum Podcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Just search The Busy Mum and you should find me there. Now, a word from our sponsor. Do you find that you hop in the shower, you're enjoying the lovely hot water dripping down all over your body, relaxation, no interruptions from the kids, and you think, yeah, I'm going to shave my legs now. You just pick up your razor and it's in just the most rubbish condition. It's rusted, it's full of soap scum or shaving cream, or even your husband has grabbed it and shaved his face and not cleaned it out. Gross. But you clean it out a little bit, you give it a go, and you end up cutting your legs, and now they look worse than when they were just a little bit hairy. Well, now thanks to Pins, the latest and greatest women's leg shaving company, you can have them delivered straight to your door. New razors all the time. But not only do they have razors with 6 blades plus 4 extra cartridges in the pack, but they also have a clear shave gel, which is slippery as hell and moisturizes to boot. The gel also allows you to see exactly what you are shaving, which is great for those pits and private bits. I've been using them now for at least 6 months and am loving it. Check them out at www.pins.com.au. And don't forget to use the Busy Mum podcast code, BusyMum, to get 15% off your first purchase. So welcome to the Busy Mum podcast, girls. How are you this afternoon?
We're happy and hot.
Happy and hot?
Yeah, great, thank you.
And hot as in temperature and hot as in
yes.
looking too. So 2 ticks there. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm not sure who's going to go first, but like a little bit of background on yourselves and a little bit of background on your business, because you are obviously working together. So who wants to go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Belle and I, we're friends we go way back. We met each other actually through our old companies that we used to have in the baby industry. Mm-hmm. So we've known each other for quite some time. We've never been this close as we have in the last year. We're sort of living in each other's pockets at the moment. And between the two of us, we've got 5 children between the two of us. So I guess the business has to fit around our families. Both of our husbands run they're CEOs of their own companies. So the two of us find it a constant juggle between the business, the children, the homes, the dogs. But we're getting there. I guess as far as the business goes, we have defined roles. I guess you could say I'm a little OCD, so I'm details focused, but I do tend to get bogged down in sweating the small stuff. So I look after the social media, the website, and the customer service area, where Belle, she's big picture and she drives the business and sales forward. She deals with the distributors, the wholesale clients, and probably the most important thing, the finances, because to me, if you miss a zero off, what's a zero? But clearly it means a lot. Look after that.
Yeah, if you miss a zero off or add a zero on, it's like, whoa, big difference there. So what is your business? Tell me about your business.
Our business is Long Lashes, and it's an eyelash and we also have an eyebrow growth serum, and it actually grows your natural eyelashes.
What?
So it actually grows you put it on daily and it grows your own natural eyelashes. It basically keeps your own eyelashes in so they don't fall out. We don't have any prostaglandins or anything nasty in our serum. So basically the peptides and the vitamins keep the eyelashes in so that they appear and grow thicker and longer.
Wow.
What are you doing, Felecia?
She's done now. She's like, I'm out.
And we've been going 12 months. 12 months sort of this week. We received our stock. So, we're quite a new business, but we've grown very rapidly in the last 12 months.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because I know as the older I get, the more my lashes fall out. Like, seriously. Like, I don't know what it is. You have children and your hair gets shitload thinner, and then your eyelashes, like, you have to pretty much mascara them on every day. So
and those children, they suck the life out of us, don't they? Literally. Everything goes downhill.
Yay! But aren't they beautiful?
And we just found that there's a little bit more. Some people are steering a little bit away from the eyelash extensions. Our product can be used with eyelash extensions as well, but some people are steering away for time. I often don't. I wouldn't have an hour to lay down to get them done, and they're expensive, where our product is probably less than a eyelash extension refill, yet it'll last you, approximately 4 months. Yeah. Oh, it depends how much you put on.
Well, a couple of years ago, probably I would say 10 years ago, when the eyelash extension industry started booming, my husband bought me a voucher to go get my eyelashes put on, and I found out that I was a bit claustrophobic, so I couldn't get them done. So I couldn't lie there. Like, my brain just went, ah! And I just pretty much ran out of the beauty therapy room, and I just couldn't have them done.
Yeah. I'm a bit the same. I'm a flincher.
This is Felecia. The first time I had mine done, it was a Groupon deal.
Yeah.
Never, ever get your eyelashes done with a Groupon deal. The lady came and cemented my eyes together, so I couldn't open one whole eye. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
After that, I went to a reputable place to get mine done before the business. So it was just one bad experience, really.
So how did they get it? Like, how do they ply them apart? Like, did she have to design?
She just sort of picked them apart, but then they were clumped together in lots of sort of 10 or 20. So when they came out, I lost all my eyelashes. It was pretty hardcore. It was horrible, to be honest. So, but I have had plenty of other good experiences to outweigh the bad.
Oh, that's good. But so how did this idea about this serum come about? Like, are you formulating it yourself, or are you importing it, or how? Yeah. Like, you obviously know each other from a long time ago, but how did you get this idea? Like, how was it born?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we were walking. Belinda and I used to walk every week together. This is pre-business days, and I took my sunglasses off one day, and she just started laughing at me, and I was like, "What's the problem?" She's like, "Where are your eyelashes?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of got a little bit stressed and picked off my eyelash extensions, and out came my lashes with them." So I pretty much had about 20% left of my lashes. Even my husband was like, "Please wear sunglasses inside." It was pretty horrific. And she was telling me about a serum that she was using. And so I started to use that as well, but was getting quite a reaction from it. My eyes were red and bloodshot. I basically looked like we'd been crying a lot. So when we looked into it, there were some ingredients in them that weren't great. So we thought, you know what, we can do this ourselves. We can do it better, cheaper, and locally, so an Australian-made one. So we did a fair bit of research to come up with the factory that we use at the moment. It's a cosmetics factory here on the Northern Beaches. Mm-hmm. And we've built a really good relationship with them. And, you know, they took a gamble taking us on, because we were like, yeah, we just want to manufacture 1,000, thinking, yeah, that's all. But let's just say I think our last lot was 10 or 20,000 that we manufactured. So that's definitely increased from that first order.
Yeah, well, that's good. It is a gamble to do that. Even 1,000 of anything when you're starting out is a lot. You know,
well, we actually started with it. We started with a Kickstarter campaign, so we actually pre-sold. Yeah, so that was the thing. It was really expensive, and so we did a Kickstarter campaign and pre-sold the product at a very discounted rate, and we raised $20,000, and that's how we started, and that funded our first manufacturing run, so that we basically started the business not in debt and started making a profit. And we also had a customer base, because our product, we're really lucky, it's a repeat purchase, because if you stop using it, your eyelashes will stop growing. So once we had that base, we've just continually grown on that. So that's how we sort of got started and have grown so quickly.
Well, talk to me more about this Kickstarter campaign. Like we tried to do a Kickstarter campaign before we had our business, Milkman, but we did it with we called it a smoking hot box. So like you'd have this round metal box with wood chips in it, and you'd put it on your barbecue, and you would like heat it up and it would produce smoke, and then you'd cook your meat on the barbecue and it'd have this lovely smoky thing. But we completely failed at our Kickstarter program. Like, how did you guys do it? Do you come from a marketing background?
Look, we do, but that wasn't what actually made it successful. To start with, we thought we were just going to launch and it was going to go crazy, and it was slow. We promoted it on the Northern Beaches mums, and that sort of ticked it along, but we had a goal of $20,000, and halfway through we were at about 3 or 4,000, and we were like, oh, we're never going to get there. Then you need to still market it. So we just got lucky, I guess, and the Manly Daily picked up the story, and as soon as it was in the Manly Daily, it went nuts. And then it was on social media in the Manly Daily, so social media, so that makes it digital, and as soon as you're digital, and then everyone shared it, and we got to $20,000 within, I think, just over that week.
Oh, wow.
So you still do need to market it. You can't just have an idea and put it on there. You still need to get people there. It's like a website. You can have a great website and a great product, but if no one knows you're there, you're never going to sell anything.
Yeah, well, we didn't know this.
We didn't either. We just got lucky.
It. And because I come from a financial planning background and my husband is a lawyer. So we were like, what's marketing? Like, and advertise, what is that? So we've had to learn that. So that's really good. I mean, now if you were to do it again, you'd probably call up the Manly Daily, wouldn't you? Like, hey, can you
Yeah, look, and we have since then. They've done a couple of stories on us. So, and every time they do, our sales go nuts. And Body and Soul have done a story on us, and we did thousands of dollars.
On a current affair. Everyone interviewed us, and that also helped.
How was that? Did you on TV?
I'm in a current affair Today Tonight. Sorry,
Today Tonight. Wrong station.
What?
Yeah, we Felecia found a PR girl who's really affordable. I won't say cheap because that's cheap, and so she's amazing. And she has just written lots of PR releases about us, and it's just about, I guess, numbers. She sends them out, she follows up, and we just had a bite because we were lucky that a couple of other really prominent brands have been pulled off the market, which we were waiting for because they had growth hormones in them. So as soon as that happened, we just jumped on our bandwagon and said, oh, we're not. Look how amazing we are. They do stories on us. And then, we had the Today Tonight and news.com did a story in the same week. And I was away at the time, and Felecia nearly got RSI packing all the orders. It was
you're still packing the orders yourself? You haven't outsourced that?
Yes. No. No, we pack them from home, a dispatch centre, I should say. And I'm still that crazy one. As soon as the order comes in, I race home, pack it, take it up to the post office. I'll go up, 3 or 4 times a day. I just want everyone to get them as soon as they possibly can.
No, that's so good. I did the same, and I used to have my 2 babies in the pram, and I'll pack all the orders, and then I'd walk up Lyons Road and then go to the Drummoyne post office, and they would know me by name and my children by name because I'd be always up there. And I'm like, hi. So, it's a good community service, and just you get out and you be social and it's best.
Me and the courier man and I are very good friends. So I get to do the big orders, which are like the distributor orders, and they're probably just as easy to pack, but they also get picked up from your house. So I do those, and Felecia does the online orders. But no, we actually that's the easiest part of our job, really. And just to add, it would just be another cost if we were to get someone to do that. And we can literally pack $1 million worth of orders a year without getting any help. So,
yeah, absolutely. But are you guys going to look at maybe getting an office so you can move it out of your home eventually, or?
No, we actually don't want to.
No, we like it.
Oh, really? You guys must have big houses up there. In the inner west, it's like everyone's on top of each other. It's terrible.
Look, we work anywhere. Like seriously, I just joined the same gym as Felecia for this reason. We do a class and then we go to the cafe for about 4 hours. We work on our laptops. Then we go home. We sometimes go together. Like she'll come to my house or I'll go to hers. But Yeah, we go to the local, the Collaroy, which is on the beach, and sit and drink coffee and do a bit of work there. That's the beauty of business now. I think you can do it from anywhere. Yeah. I go away and I still check on my emails, and we're off to Hong Kong in a week, and we'll still be working at that time. So I've done the whole office thing. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. We just don't want those overheads, because then we'll have to put our prices up. So we're happy just to keep doing what we're doing, I think.
Fantastic.
Our houses are filled like roof high with stock and boxes. Poor Bill's house. But we've learned to love it like that.
Well, it's a smart way of doing it, and do it for as long as you possibly can. There might come a time where you guys get to $2 or $3 million, and then you'll be like, okay, now.
We do have a fulfillment house we've just signed on a fulfillment warehouse in Hong Kong. And they dispatch all of the orders apart from Australia and New Zealand. So we do Australia and New Zealand. Anywhere else around the world will be shipped from Hong Kong. So we send all our products to them. They store them in their factory, and then they post them out for us, because it's quicker from their couriers, and they're sort of a centre point. Yeah. Australia, we're sort of out here in the middle of nowhere. So
we certainly are, especially when you start to travel around the world. You're like, wow, we are far from everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I know.
So describe for us a day in the life of both of you. You do your school drop off, and then
we get up pretty early, and the first thing we both do is grab our phones and usually have a message. I usually have a message from Felecia because she never stops working. I got one. What time was it yesterday? It was like, I said, what are you doing up at 5:40? We get the kids off. It's like, don't forget to do this, and don't forget to bring, because if we're catching up, it's always like, don't forget to bring the mascaras, and don't forget to bring the express post box, because we've sort of so then we basically hustle the kids off to school. I've got 3, Felicia's got 2, and as I said, we go to the gym. We do about an hour of working out and 3 hours in the cafe, trying not to eat muffins and taking away all our good work. And we work to maybe 2:30, and then it's off to pick up the kids, do the after school activities. We're always checking emails and texting, and we kind of don't have that tools down, we're not working, but we actually quite like it. I'd actually get more stressed, and I've seen Felecia, she gets really stressed if you say you're not checking your emails for a few hours. Like, we would rather just do it, and I feel actually more relaxed feeling on top of things. So we do that. Then we feed our kids, and then we probably do a bit more work overnight, and we're often emailing, and I'm often on the computer with distributors because they're overseas, so they're often waking up overnight. We do Skype calls at night. And then we just get up and do it all again. I pack a lot of orders at night to get them out. Felecia packs them all day because she can't stand having them not packed. And then we just repeat, basically.
Rinse and repeat.
We're pretty boring like that, but it works. Yeah, it works. We do. I mean, occasionally we will do things like, one of us will go get their hair done, and the other one will go do something. So it's not all work and no play.
Yeah, you've got each other's back. I think it's fantastic. You seem like you guys work really well together, which is it's rare, especially because you're not related, or married.
Oh, people think we are. People go, who am I speaking to? Which one? You both sound the same. Oh. You're morphing into the same person.
It's not bad at all. What's the best advice you've received?
I'd have to say, don't expect to be able to do everything yourself. Nobody's good at absolutely everything. So work to your strengths, and then hire someone or outsource the things that you either aren't good at or that you don't want to do. So, I mean, Belle and I always joke that she's the yin to my yang. So the two of us together, our strengths, my strength is her weakness, and her weakness is my strength. So we're just two pieces of the puzzle that fit perfectly together.
Well, that's right. That's what I just said just then, really, isn't it? It's like, you look like you work well together.
Yeah, we
so
do.
Moving on, where do you go to get your entertainment? Are you Netflixing, or are you reading books, or apart from being on podcasts, are you listening to podcasts?
I'd probably say that Felecia and I, we we like to watch Netflix. And lately we have been listening to podcasts. Both of our husbands are huge podcast fans because they travel a lot. Mine in particular downloads about 50 before he goes and listens to them on the plane, and then he sends them all to me telling me I've got to listen to them. And Felecia and I are always like, we don't have time. But they like it for educational as well, like so for learning and improving themselves. But I think we more like to watch something on Netflix and tune out. If I'm correct, Felecia, are you like that? Yeah, we like to. They like to think and learn, and we just want to tune out and watch crazy romantic comedies or something.
Sounds like me and my husband, really. Like I watch the on the TV while he's on the laptop at the table, working on business stuff. So it's exactly the same. And who cooks in your house? Are you the cooks in your house as well, or are the husbands? Yeah.
Yes. I'd have to say Belle's mum. Belle's mum goes out, buys all these chicken fillets, and then she crumbs them in gluten-free schnitzels and makes them up for not only her and her family, but now my family as well. It's almost like I'm her second daughter. So she looks after us well.
Yeah.
And then I claim to my family I did it, but no, I didn't.
She's always like, I'm having snitties tonight. At one time, didn't you have them like 3 nights in a row because she hadn't made any dinner? Yeah.
Yes.
Just change the sauce that you put on them. New meal.
Exactly.
Mayonnaise one night, barbecue sauce tonight.
But yeah, I used to love cooking and really think about what I was going to make, and now I'm like, I've turned into a bit to Felecia. I just open the fridge and just throw out whatever I can because I just don't have the time. As I used to plan my whole week and that's the one thing but hey, no one's complaining. So they're all still alive.
I was just about to say they're all still alive. Yeah. So, we live in a great country, at least we're not starving. Like no one is starving really here, especially.
My children do know how to use Uber Eats now. So that's really, and I'm serious.
You've got to take your credit card details off the app so they can't actually order.
I trust them. They always ask me.
You're doing something right then, aren't you? So what's one area of your life you'd like to improve?
I would say since we've had the business, our fitness, we used to be the walking like fitness buddies. So that's how we'd catch up. We weren't socially friends, like we wouldn't go out socially, but we'd catch up once or twice a week and we walk around Narrabeen Lake, and it's about 9 kilometres. And we were quite fit. And we'd lost a lot of weight, and since then our exercise is basically sitting next to each other on the laptop. So we're trying to actually get back into that because we talk the whole time anyway about business. So we're trying to get back into doing our walks as well. So yes, probably our fitness and our health we'd like to improve.
We went to the gym on Monday and did a body attack class. Let's just say that I haven't been able to walk since, and I've taken, I think about 20 Voltaren tablets, seen 2 Chinese medicine people healing my back. So, yeah, we're definitely not fit anymore.
So you've got to just pare it back a little bit. Just like body attack straight out of the bat.
Yeah.
Maybe like...
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
We both did our backs.
You were thinking that you were as fit as you were when you were fit.
Used to be.
Yeah. And you're not. And you're not.
No.
We both did our backs within 10 minutes, and we were like, oh, and we were like looking at each other going, we can't leave, and we just kept going. It was, fun times.
Oh, you girls are crazy. Okay, next question. What is your greatest fear and how do you deal with it?
Well, if you're talking about business-wise,
anything.
Well, I feel like all we talk about is business anyway, but my biggest fear was growing too fast with the business and not being able to keep up with the demand of the product as well as, juggling stock and cash flow.
Yeah.
That's probably was my biggest concern. It wasn't Felecia. She's always worried we're not going to sell anything. So,
I mean, my biggest fear is probably that the business is consuming our entire lives and that there's not much left for the family. The children want help with their homework, and it's like, no, mum's packing orders. Do it yourself, or So I need to make sure that I'm there for the family. I may physically be there, but mentally I'm thinking about the work. So.
Yeah.
She's not that bad. She's being very hard on herself. She's absolutely not that bad.
Have you, like, you want to be perfect? You want to be the perfect mum? Like,
Yes,
actually spend that
exactly.
quality time. And
Do
but
it
I
all.
know there's days where I think I've been a great mum. And then there's days where I've gone, shit, I was a shit mum today. I really just
Yes.
I didn't even want to be in the same house as them, really.
Yeah.
But, it ebbs and flows. Like, sometimes your business, like, pulls you into, like, that direction. And then other times, like, your child might be sick and it pulls you into that direction.
Yeah.
So you got to,
Exactly.
what is it? Someone said to me, you've got to be bendy, Jackee. You've got to bend.
I love
It'll
it.
be interesting in 2 weeks' time or a week's time. We both go to Hong Kong for a whole week, and we're leaving the children and the husbands all together to fend for them. Well, not in the same house, her family and my family, but yeah. So my husband will be looking after the children and doing the school drop-offs and pickups, and being the CEO of his own company. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah. Oh. When you come back, it won't be the same. Like, they won't run it the way you run it. So
Yeah, we know
Okay,
that.
as long as the house is tidy.
Yeah, you know it's not going to be. You're dreaming.
that's what the cleaner's for.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so I've got 3 quick questions, and then we'll
Yeah.
go and pick up our children. Okay, question number 1. What websites have you signed up to recently that you actually find value in receiving their emails?
I'd probably say Professional Beauty. We get, I think it's weekly or bi-weekly updates from them, and that just keeps us abreast of the latest beauty industry trends. So, and that's with the industry we work in, that's what we really need to see.
Okay. Anything personally, or is it all just business?
Oh, hello. She loves every business beauty product that is around. So it might be for business, but she'll try anything in the beauty industry.
Oh, Wrinkle Schminkles. I got them this week. I'm dying to try that.
Wrinkle Schminkles? Really?
Wrinkle Schminkles.
For your décolletage. It's for your décolletage.
Yeah, these little plastic things are meant to get rid of wrinkles. We'll see how that works.
You should do a beauty blog on the side. Do you write all your
I've got so much spare time.
Okay, second question. What is one piece of advice you would give your pre-baby self?
Basically what we just talked about, that don't try to be perfect, because there is no such thing as a perfect wife, mother, best friend, business owner. It doesn't exist. We're so hard on ourselves, so just do the best you can. And if one day you feel like it's not good enough, just try harder the next day, because I think we're all so hard and critical of ourselves, harder than anyone else is of us.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the best advice.
Okay. And final question, what is the most useful or useless baby item you had or have?
Oh, I haven't had one for a while. My most useful one was one of those old-fashioned bouncers. The old-fashioned ones with the and you put them near the lounge and they just bounce. Yeah, and they have the netting and they bounce themselves. I had all the fandangled shaky ones that were hundreds of dollars, and these were like $30, and it was the best thing ever that I had.
Yeah. No, I had them too.
I'd probably say the most useless thing. My first child was a little boy, and before he was born, he had 20 pairs of shoes. What newborn needs shoes? They're not walking.
No,
I don't know what I was thinking. I couldn't even get them on his little feet.
I was going to say their feet are block shaped, so good luck. You're like,
that was definitely a waste of money.
Oh my good. Well, awesome. Thank you girls for being a fabulous guest and fabulous duo. Very first duo I've had on the Busy Mum podcast. It's been fantastic.
Thanks, Jackee.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jackee.
Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Busy Mum podcast. Don't forget to let your friends know, and also subscribe to the iTunes channel, and also my socials if you want to see what I'm getting up to. A brand new episode is out every Monday morning, just like clockwork.